Welcome to my channel. This should hopefully be a lot less shaky. We will see. I didn't realize that the last video was so shaky until I was editing it. But, so I know in my last video, if you watched any of that, I was saying that I really wanted to make a reaction to Super Mario Maker 2. But that's going to be around for a while, and it's not going to die out in popularity anytime soon. It's just going to grow and grow and grow. So that's no reason to cover that right now. However, I woke up to a video from Treesicle about the whole ProJared situation, and I wanted to cover that because I have a couple of unique insights, I think, that might, and opinions on it. So let's start off with my history with normal boots first. So basically, normal boots and watching YouTube, happened to me at the same time. The first person I ever found on YouTube that I enjoyed was Peanut Butter Gaming, followed quickly by JonTron, ProJared, The Completionist, and then finally Game Grumps wound up being my favorite gaming channel, and then Mario Maker, like I said, changed everything. Or I think I've said that. So I've loved ProJared for a long time. Like in the video, as it states, he says that, you know, he was kind of like the nerd, and it kind of made you feel. He was supposed to make you, like, people related to him because he was nerdy, right? And he was real. It felt like he was real. Okay. So I loved it. I just loved it. Now let's talk about my history with manipulation, because it's a little bit more complex. I used to be a serial manipulator. Growing up, I didn't have much control over my life. At least I didn't feel like it. And I never, ever have really felt like I controlled my life up until very, very recently. And I didn't even notice that I was manipulating people. And I'm not saying that's what ProJared was doing, but I just didn't notice. I was so afraid of being left alone by the people that I loved that I wound up manipulating them and destroying them, basically, and to the point where they couldn't be with me. Like, that's you know, I didn't even know I was doing it until I was 28. Me and the mother of my child got together when I was 27. That was one of the biggest things we fought about there at the end, is when I started going back into my old habits of drinking and stuff, and the way I kind of was with my anger. She started feeling like I was manipulating her again. I don't think I was. I think I had just a really bad attitude, and I was just being generally terrible. I was just a terrible person because of the medicine. But still. Okay. So, but now the whole ProJared situation, well, maybe he started off that way. Maybe he didn't know any better. Maybe he didn't realize he was a manipulator at first. But at the time, when you're pulling nudes off of all of those fans, while you're, like, with a girl, you have to see it eventually. You have to stop, because, you know, my actions that I was covering up for were my addiction issues, for the main part, and my fear of being alone. I wasn't, like, cheating on them or going out and getting nudes or anything. At some point, you have to realize you're trying to cover your eyes, and you're just a terrible person. Like, you just shouldn't, you don't deserve a girlfriend. Pretty much. But now, let's look at the whole Holly situation, because this is where I'm the most interested in, where I feel like I should be the most vocal. Because I would never, ever blame one of the people that I manipulated into, I would never paint them as the enemy. Never, ever, ever. And yeah, so Holly had that tweet that Treesicle brings up, and yeah, it's a manipulative tweet. But the reason why I brought up that I didn't notice I was doing it is maybe Holly doesn't notice that she's doing it. I mean, I still do that, where I didn't even know that character thing, character manipulation, I didn't even know that. Instead of telling people I didn't do something wrong, I'll tell them, hey, you know me, I don't lie. Like, I would have told you. Right? And to me, that's true. I don't lie anymore. I don't like lying. I mean, I do magic, which is, you know, where I can get, you know, my lying and manipulation out. And it's like I can treat people like people, you know, after that. I would never paint her in the bad light. Never, ever would I paint one of my victims in the bad light. No, not every girlfriend I've ever had have I manipulated either. I have had a couple where, like, generally I didn't manipulate them. Maybe I wasn't afraid of, you know, losing them. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I'll point out this again. It's starting to kind of make sense, maybe, why I relate to this guy so much. But yeah, I mean, I just think that the internet should leave Holly alone. Like, if I didn't know that Ross and Holly got a divorce. Like I said, Game Grumps is my favorite. I didn't know that, you know. But if that's true, right? Humans' one job is to procreate, in my opinion. Right? It's an animal's job. That's why we were made, is to continue to be made, to push forward. Sex is ultimately the survival of the fittest. You know, people who mate survive. You know, it's in our blood. It's in our DNA. That's why there's survival of the fittest has actually been brought on in question lately, and it's actually survival of the most beautiful, because beautiful people procreate more. So maybe it had nothing, beautiful things. So maybe it had nothing ever to do with fittest. Maybe it was always beauty. But so her and Ross are apart. She's not doing what her animal instincts are telling her. Jared maybe always had things for her, and just, you know, I wasn't there. I can't speak for her, and the fact that they were friends before makes it even harder to justify for her. But if she was in a rocky place like that, and then she instantly starts seeing Jared, unless her and Jared were together before, and that's why her and Ross broke up. I have no idea. I'm not a reporter. I'm somebody with an opinion on manipulation and why I think that Holly, while she seems manipulative, maybe she's not. Or maybe she is. Maybe she's a manipulative person. She doesn't realize it. She doesn't notice it. Maybe she doesn't think it's a bad thing. Maybe she was like me and somebody who got hurt, never been in the power to manipulate people. Like, wasn't like Jared manipulating thousands of people at one time. You know, maybe her manipulations were small, you know, like mine were. So I'm not justifying what I did, nor am I justifying what Holly did. I'm just saying, let's stop painting her as the bad guy in this. I wouldn't paint you wouldn't paint a rape victim as a bad guy. I mean, some people do. Rape is a serious conversation that I have strong feelings about, that I hate our legal system right now for doing so poorly taken care of. So poorly. Really drives me crazy. Yeah. So that's about it. So yeah, I know, you know, I'm trying to keep this lighthearted and fun, but this is something I had serious feelings about that I felt needed to be covered pretty quick while it was still hot news. But yeah, that's it, I guess. So go ahead and like and subscribe if you like the way I talked about it. If you agree with the whole Holly thing, if you think that she's the bad guy, let me know. Talk to me about it. You know, I'd love to hear your opinions. This shouldn't be a let me explain. This should be a let's discuss. You know, kind of like a let's play, except we're all involved. You know. So yeah, let's have a let's discuss about this. Yeah, and let's discuss it. So what do you think? Holly, bad guy, good guy? Doesn't matter if you are a manipulator and you don't know it. Is it still bad? I mean, you're doing damage to people, like regardless of whether or not you mean it, you're still doing damage to people. So, those are my questions. That's my opinions. That's what I got. That's all I am. Expect Mario soon, and I swear, anime and magic soon. It's all coming soon. Just had to jump in real quick. Okay, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. I don't know, I've already said this stuff before. No idea how to end a video yet, so I'm just going to do a little magic.